Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekend. It's Friday, and I'm up today with a design team haul from Surprise Creation. I've got it all piled on my desk, and I've got my ruler, so I'll just go straight on in. Right, first up, Surprise Creation, and she's done these gorgeous arches. Now, your creative talents can run wild with these. You can make tombstones for Halloween. You can actually use every single one and create dimension using them. So it's something, very arty. You can use as garden arches. You can make shakers. You can Halloween. In fact, Halloween is probably how I'm going to use them first because I've got something to show you. Right, so I'm going to measure, and we are from the top to the bottom. It's just over 5.5 inches, and then width. This is going to go in most people's machines, almost 4.5 wide. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, little doorways and labels, you can just do so much with that shape. And then next up, for those of you who are collecting the scallops, she's already got the large set, which is in rectangles and squares and circles. She's also got the double slimline set, and now the smaller set, which is 4.25 by 5.5. Those are on the cut lines. So those are the two new designs. Get that the right way around. From Surprise Creation. Right, next up is the new designs for Surprise Creation from Nicole. And the first one is this gorgeous set of butterflies. You've got butterflies cut out into all of the sections of the bows here. So that's super, super pretty, and you can make different shapes and layering pieces. So I'm going to measure the biggest bow, and that is, if I go in cut lines, it's a fraction over 1.25 inches on this section, and then on the largest one almost 5.5. So that's got to be folded in. I am going to be back on Monday with as many samples as possible, so I'm going to be working all over the weekend. Yes, but my garden's sorted out, so I'm not worried. Next up from Nicole is a mini booklet or album set. You can see it's notched here where you can thread your string through, and you can bind all your pages together, or you can pop in a couple of stitches and still have the notch that will hold the pages together. It comes with a plaid cutting piece which will cut in, it doesn't cut out, and also a sort of mixed media dot piece that cuts in. No, it doesn't. This one actually cuts out. So this one will layer on top. This one cuts in. And then you've got a lovely paper clip. Right, the length of that cut line to cut line is 8.5 inches. So that's a 4.25 inch page. And then going along here, we are, I believe that's going to be the cover, 5.5 inches. So when finished, 5.5 by 4.25 inches. Next up, also from, I do believe this is Nicole again, is a set of cone dies. You can make those cone shaped flower wrappers. It scales all the way down, or you can make little party hats. Now, I don't know how big a cone this is going to make, and if I can connect them to make larger cones. If I can, you'll see that on Monday. But measurements for the height of this one, I've got to go into the center here, is going to be 6.75 inches. That's going to be the height of your finished cone. But to get it through your machine, 6.75, and then going along this angle, which is not an easy angle to measure, 7.5 inches. So that is going to fit, I think, on most people's standard cutting plates, because you're going to be able to angle it onto there. Next up from Nicole again is a seahorse, and that can be a shaker or it can be a regular seahorse. It comes with the eyes there, and it also comes with a very cute little bow. That's a perfect thing for summer. And as I say, I'll be up on Monday with samples. Right, next up are my designs, and the first one is a mini slimline envelope. This is to take a card. I actually designed mine to be a fraction under 3 by 6, the card, so that you can get it onto a 6-inch scrapbook paper pad. Right, cut line to cut line is 6.5 inches. That's so that you can build up your mini slimline with a lot of dimension and it will still fit in there. And then we are at 3.5 inches when cut. So you've got plenty of space to get your card in, layer it up and make it all fancy. And as you can see, there are 3 pieces there, and you will cut 2 of this flap, 2 of this flap, and then along this section, you'll just attach it in. But I'll be back on Monday to show that. And then here is my mini slimline, which if I pull this off here, you'll see what I mean about going inside of this envelope. There you go. So you've got space to use your foam pads and make something dimensional, just like the slimline envelope that I designed, the full size one. It's all about being able to decorate your cards. You don't just want to send something flat all the time, but it's nice to have the space to do things. Right, slimline card dies. Going in here, we are, as you can see, 1/8 of an inch under 6. So you can use your 6-inch pads, and that makes me happy. And they're 1/8 of an inch under 3, which means you can get 2 cuts from a 6-inch by 6-inch pad. You've also got other decorative strips that you can make shakers or pop your sentiments onto. So there's 4 pieces in that set, and it matches the envelope die. Next up, my design again, and this one is a shaker flower. You've got a couple of leaves, and I left it quite plain because I thought if somebody wants to give a good solid ink in, or use a pattern paper, or use jelly paper that you've done on your gel press, then it's going to look really decorative and pretty, and you've got some nice open space to do it on. And of course, this is your shaker circle, so it's the center of the flower that will be the shaker, and then you've got your 2 leaves. And the size of the flower is going across there. Whoops, get it up on the cut line. We're just under, a fraction under 2 3/4 inches. So that's the size of the flower. Next up is my dragonfly butterfly stitch set. And this will also make a moth. It depends on the configuration and the quantities of wings that you use as to what kind of creature you will create. But this is the body, curly antennae. I wanted it to be happy and cute. And also there, you've got stitching on the body. And this will take, if you don't like to colour things in, or these bits are too small for you, you can use your flat back beads to create the little eyes there. But you've also got the blanks that you can use, or you can layer this as a different colour on top of a blank. So I'm going to measure the body of the insect, and that is, ooh, let me hold it towards myself. I can't always see when things are on camera. That is 2 1/4 inches long on the body. So, you know, I'll be back on Monday again, and I will have made that set. Really looking forward to doing that. And then I did a set of sentiments, and here this is about celebrating Mother's Day. So you've got grandmother, and I have to make sure that I'm getting them out right here, and I will measure them. So that's 1/8 of an inch under 4 inches long, that one. So lovely on a slimline card. And then you've got awesome. You've got, ooh, what has she put in there? Let's have a look. Beautiful, awesome, grandmother. You've got mother. You've got, somebody keeps telling me I should get myself a mirror. You've got amazing. That's right, you forget what you do. It can take so long to make stuff. And then you've got mom. and then that says, let's have a look, special. So you can have a special mother, a special mom, special nan. Nan, I think that one is. Then you've got amazing mother, grandmother, and you've got awesome. So you've got a lot of nice words there. And I'm hoping Surprise Creations cut them out and put them on the site if you go over and look at them. But if not, I'll be cutting them out all ready for Monday. Next up, my design again, and it's a tiny, well, I'd like to say tiny. It's not necessarily tiny, but it's a little winter hat. Yeah, I know. Christmas in April, good, isn't it? And the height of that little pom-pom hat is 2¼ inches, and the width of that is 1¾ just over. So it's got its little pom-pom, its little snowflake, and its little band, and I'll be back with that on Monday. Next up, my design again, and this is a Picardy carnation die, and the Picardy carnation has the very serrated edge, and it usually has a tinge of colour just on the edge, and sometimes it can be marbled through. But once again, I'll be up on Monday with samples of that, and your biggest one is 2¼ inches. So there are 4 in that set. Let me get close up. So use it on your foam, your cardstock, you fold it up, screw it up, and basically you've got a carnation, but I will show you that. And now we go into another season, and this is my Halloween candy. So I thought I'd get an early start on Halloween, and actually I didn't expect Surprise Creation to make them so quickly. And you've got layering pieces that go onto your candy, so these bits cut out so that you can put your, different coloured dots and things in, so you can use your oranges and your limes and your purples and blacks. And then you've got your little candy corn, and you've got the layering piece that will cut into 3 pieces so that you've got all your different colours. You've got your lollipop, and then you've got this piece here so that you can cut a different image, like you might want an eyeball for a lollipop or something like that, and all the Boo Trick and Treat will fit on top of the candy if you want it to. And then you've got another little striped candy here and a little square wrapper for it to sit on top of. And the biggest piece there is the lollipop, and that is 2 and get it on the cut line, just under 2¾ inches high. So it's a great manageable size that you can, hold. Next up is a little Halloween sort of like setting moon behind. I actually designed it. When I actually designed this, I thought of a witch's hat as the roof, so that's kind of what was in my head. And then this really sort of like abstract twig, and then you've got rest in peace, and you've got a little cross, you've got your little door, you've got happy Halloween. So it's snow globy, but that's supposed to be the moon going on behind. So of course when those bits cut out, you can color them in yellow and just slot them back in, and then use any other Halloween elements you have with it. So if I measure that, that is 3 1/8, and then if I go across there, it is 3 inches. So that is the Halloween kind of snow globy. Next up, really, really cute. Took me ages to actually design this one, believe it or not. It looks quite simple, but it wasn't. And that's my little pumpkin. And I wanted it so that its head would come off. I wanted you to be able to have like bats flying out of it, or even, stuff the head full of candy and have that coming out all over the place. Or maybe even a little cat popping its head out of there. Or if you're using it on a scrapbook page, you can pop the head off to one side, and you've got your child's picture there all dressed up for Halloween. You've got a layering piece that will be the stem on there, and then you've got 2 pieces that will be the eyeballs that you can shift around to change its character. So measuring that one, we are at 2 3/4 inches, and then I like to get into my cut lines. That's just a fraction over. It's not even an eighth over 2 1/4 inches. So that is the little pumpkin. That's what I've got for you, and I'll be back on Monday. You have an absolutely awesome weekend. So I'm going to grab a load of paper pads now, and as usual, all links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.